Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order, the Guthrie Public Schools Board of Education for Monday, June 26, 2023. Would you please call the roll?
Pearson.
Here.
Salee.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Smedley. Here. Gerard.
Here.
Schroeder. Plagg.
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we begin this meeting, let us pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. Item 6 on our agenda this evening is the recommendation, consideration, and action upon renewal with OSIG for property, general liability, fleet vehicle, and errors and omissions coverage for 2023-2024.
This normally is an item that we bring to the agenda for the regular June board meeting, but due to the amount of the increase, we wanted to hit the brakes on this a little bit. It's a 25% increase, and we wanted to review our coverages. We wanted to look over very carefully what we have to see if there were options with deductibles and different things like that might lower this. And after we took that time to review it, Dr. Chappell and I, along with our insurance agent, made the decision to recommend to the board that we continue with the same coverages that we had last year, which comes with a $135,674 increase, which is roughly 25%. You remember we had a huge increase last year of, what I say today, 40, what was it? Well, I don't think it was quite that high. Yeah, but and some of that was with the changing of what the insured values are. This year, it's basically the increase is based on losses because, again, remember, we have no competitors for property insurance for schools in the state of Oklahoma right now. No one else will insure a school, and some of that is because of the losses that schools have incurred. You know, like when you think about Shawnee and the damage that they received from the tornadoes, and you know, we were talking before the meeting about the damages from the ice storms and things such as that. And so that's where we landed on this recommendation, and we'll bring it to you guys.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve the renewal with OSIG for property, general liability, fleet vehicle, and air and emissions coverage for 2023-2024.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the renewal with OSIG for property, general liability, fleet vehicle, and errors and omissions coverage for 2023-2024. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Gerard.
Yes.
Plagg.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 7, discussion, consideration, and vote to authorize the superintendent to negotiate a contract with selected construction firm for construction management at risk.
Tonight, I bring to you the recommendation from the property committee with one substitute, and Dr. Chappell, Mr. Thompson, and myself, that we begin negotiations with Crossland Construction for construction management services. This will be for Cotterill Elementary. And we interviewed 3 firms. We had a paper screening because we had 5 submissions for the RFPs and eliminated 2 of them, and ended up with 3 in-person interviews, and this was the consensus of the committee.
Mr. President, I move that we authorize the superintendent to negotiate a contract with Crossland Construction firm for the construction management at risk.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to authorize the superintendent to negotiate a contract with Crossland Construction Firm for construction management at risk. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Flagg,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item 8 is the proposed executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of Executive Director of Personnel and Secondary Education and/or Assistant Superintendent and teacher negotiations for 2023-2024, disclosure of which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and/or federal law, all pursuant to Oklahoma statute Title 25, Section 307B1, 2, and 7. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to move executive committee. Roll call vote, please.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Flagg,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. All right, only items in agenda number 8 were discussed in executive session and no votes were taken. This shall constitute the executive session minutes. Item 9 is the recommendation, consideration, and action on the hiring of new executive director of personnel and secondary education and/or an assistant superintendent.
Mr. President, I would recommend that we hire John Hancock as Executive Director of Personnel and Secondary Education with an effective date of July 24th, and that we change the title effective July 1st of Carmen Walters to be Assistant Superintendent.
So moved. Second.
Okay. There's been a motion and a second to hire John Hancock effective July 24th as the Director of Personnel and Secondary Education, and Ms. Carmen Walters moves to the Assistant Superintendent effectively July the 1st. Roll call vote, please.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Flagg,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Congratulations. Item
Welcome to
number 10.
Guthrie.
Adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Pearson,
Yes.
Salee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Smedley,
Yes.
Gerard,
Yes.
Flagg,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Meeting adjourned.
Clerk and